Hi, welcome to What's Cooking with Rochelle, and today we are going to make an absolutely beautiful homemade sweetbread that is going to look amazing, that your friends and family are absolutely going to be wowed that you made from scratch yourself, and you're going to see just how easy it is. So anytime we're making homemade bread, the first thing we have to do is get our yeast proofing. So what I have here is 1 cup of whole milk. Now, if you are not doing milk products, you could absolutely do it with an alternative milk, totally good, or you could do it even with water. So our milk is heated up to about 110 degrees. I have here 2 teaspoons and a quarter of regular yeast, and I'm just sprinkling that in there. Going to give it a quick stir, and we are going to let this proof for 5 minutes just to kind of get it up and little bubbling and having fun, and then we're going to add the rest and let the mixer do all the work. See you in 5. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. You can see how it's gotten all frothy and delicious. So what we're going to do next is we are going to add in our butter. This is 1 stick, which is a 1/2 cup of unsalted, softened butter. It does have to be softened. If it's not already softened, there's a really quick, easy trick to do, make it softened. And then I am adding 1/3 cup of honey. If you don't want the bread to be sweet, just omit this much honey and just add like a teaspoon or a tablespoon. Okay, so we're going to put this on here, and we are simply just going to let this rotate on this on low just to kind of break the butter up. It is not going to combine, guys. Don't beat yourselves up. Just let it mix for a couple of minutes. All right, so this has been mixing for a little bit, and I'm just going to show you that it's not combined, it's just broken up. So you can see how the butter has combined a little bit in with that, and the honey has as well. Okay, so now we're going to break our eggs and put them in there. I'm going to beat them just a little bit first to make it easy for them to combine. Okay. So just break them up a little bit. It'll just make it easier and faster to get it into that. Okay, we're going to put this back on the mixer and let this mix for just a little bit to get combined as well. And like I said, if you don't have a mixer, you could do this by hand. We're just doing it the lazy way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get this off. And we are going to add the salt. That's a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to add about 1/2 of the flour and let it combine. So I have a total of 3.5 cups of bread flour. If you don't have bread flour, you can use regular flour. It just won't be quite as light. Okay. There, that's about 1/2. We're going to get this mixing, and then we're going to add the rest. That's mixed up enough. We're going to add the rest of the flour in here. And then this is going to mix until it combines. Now, if you want to do it by hand, you can, but let's let the machine do it. Okay, it's ready. So let me show you what it looks like. It's all combined. And you can see that it is nice and elastic. Now, we need to knead this for 5 to 7 minutes. So we're going to let the machine do all the work and just let it keep going. But that's what it looks like when all the flour is combined. Okay? See you back in 5. Okay, so it's been mixing on here, kneading it for us for about a little over 5 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to put it in a bowl to rise. You could leave it in the same bowl if you wanted. I'm going to put it in this bowl. And you can see it's going to be pretty soft. Not quite as hard as what you would get from a normal bread when you're making it. We're making it into just like a little ball. Plop it in here all nice. We are going to sprinkle some oil on it. I'm using olive oil. You can use whatever oil you want, vegetable oil, coconut oil. Just make sure it's all wrapped around nice. And we are going to cover this with some saran wrap and let it rest for at least an hour, depending on what temperature either your kitchen is or outside is, right? You want it to double in size, and we'll see you back here when that happens. Okay, guys, look at this. So you can see it is definitely doubled. It's pretty warm here today, so it didn't take me that long. But like I said, in the winter, it takes longer. So this is the fun part. Stick your hand in it and deflate it. Very good. Okay, now we are going to take just a little bit of extra flour. And we're going to sprinkle this here. Not too much, because we don't want it to get too thick. We want to keep it light and fluffy. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to make this beautiful. So what we are going to do to make this beautiful is I want you to kind of divide it into 3 different balls about the same size. So we've got 1. Now if you have a scale and you want to be really technical, you could weigh them. It doesn't have to be anything like that though. 2, 3. All right, that looks pretty good, right guys? Okay, so you're going to take a mat because we're going to be able to transfer this over. And what you're going to do is 1 ball at a time. Get these 2 out of the way. We're just going to take this ball and make it a log. Just make it long and flat. And you're just going to roll it out. Now, if you wanted to get really fancy, you could put some cinnamon sugar on it, but we're just making regular bread today. Maybe one day I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so that's pretty good. Put this guy up here. Take the next ball. And just roll it out. We want to get them about the same length. So once you have the first one done, put this aside for now, we'll get the other 2 to the same length. That's good. 1 more to go. And you can see how I'm starting in the middle and working my way out. Just put a little bit of even pressure on it, and voila, it doesn't take long. Okay, so we got 3 that are pretty close. This is the easy part that's going to look amazing. Okay, so take them all. 1, 2, 3. Let's fix this middle thingy here. See how easy? Okay, so we're going to just put the 3 at the top together for now. And then you're going to braid it like you would braid hair. Now, if you're like, I don't know how to braid hair, take the outside one over, just like that. And then just keep going back and forth. Outside, outside, outside. Fix that, it's too thin. Outside, 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 back and forth. Make that one a little thicker there because that one was a little too long. Voila. Now we could leave it like this and everyone would be amazed as it is. But what we're gonna do is we're going to curve it and make it round. So just put that in the center and wrap this around just like that. Doesn't that look amazing? Okay, and we are going to let this rise again for at least a half an hour to an hour. You want it to be covered again. And we're going to let it double in size again. So I'm going to get some more saran wrap. And we're going to let this rest. And I'll see you back here in an hour. Okay, so the bread is ginormous. Gently take your plastic off. You don't want it to deflate. Look at those beautiful braids we made. We are going to pop this in the oven at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes at least. Ah, heaven and earth. Fresh homemade bread. Okay, so I made a butter with just a little bit of honey in it since we had sweetened our bread with butter. And I am just going to take this and spread this on it while it's hot, guys. Do this while it's hot. If you don't want this step, you don't have to do it. It's just going to make it more amazing. Got just a little bit more. And like I said, that was 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of honey. All right. Perfect. All right, I am going to let this cool for just a few minutes and then we're going to get to dig in. Okay, I get to dig in. I cut myself a big piece. Sorry, but that's life. If you want to put some butter on it, you can. If not, it's perfectly amazing without it. That is good, good bread. Don't forget, make it whatever design you want. The one we did was a braid that was wrapped on itself. Sorry, I'm swallowing my bread. Thanks again. If you like this video, subscribe. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.